So you just click on this video, which probably means you're starting to learn Chinese. Awesome choice. Or you probably want to know different ways to greet, depending on the situation, location, and the people you're talking to. Even better, you want to show your unique personality or leave a very good first impression. In this video, I'll cover from the most basic greetings to more advanced ones, from casual situations to formal business meeting. I'll mark down the level of difficulty at the bottom of the screen. Basically, HSK level 1 and 2 are for beginners, 3 and 4 are for intermediate, 5 and 6 are for advanced learners. And make sure you stick around till the end because I'll show you how to use a traditional Chinese palm and fist salute that will seriously impress native speakers. Hey there, I'm Tina. I'm here to help you to speak Chinese more naturally and confidently. On my channel, you will not only learn the language, but also explore Chinese culture, traditions, and even the best local food. If that sounds exciting to you, make sure you subscribe so you won't miss out on fun and practical lessons. Now, let's dive in. First, let's start with the most basic greeting, 你好. 你 in Chinese means you, 好 in Chinese means good. So together, 你好 literally means you good. If you're just starting to learn Chinese, greeting to others with 你好 is absolutely fine. Use this simple greeting to show your respect for the culture. As a beginner, you have this protection shield. People will understand even if you use this greeting in every situation. Native speakers rarely use it with close friends or family, but they do often use it in the following 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, when meeting someone for the first time or greeting an acquaintance. Scenario 2, try to grab someone's attention when you need a service. For example, if you are at a restaurant and want to call the waiter, instead of shouting out loud, waiter, you can just say, 你好, a politer way to get their attention, and then follow up with your request. For example, 你好, 结账. Hello, the bill place. 你好, 可以给我一些餐巾纸吗? Hello, could you give me some napkins? Scenario 3 is greeting customers or client when you are the one providing service. For example, in retail stores, you can often hear 你好，欢迎光临 Hello, welcome. Or 你好，有什么可以帮到您 Hello, how may I help you? 你好 is the most basic greeting in Chinese, but how can you tweak it a little bit and add more personal emotions or feelings? A very simple way to add more emotion is by repeating the phrase. Instead of saying 你好, you can just say 你好, 你好. Saying 你好 can sometimes feel a bit short and formal, whereas 你好, 你好 make it sound more natural and friendly, especially when you speak to an elder or people in a higher position. In Chinese culture, repeating certain polite phrases make you sound more modest and respectful. For example, the basic phrase 谢谢, which means thank you. If you repeat at 谢谢谢谢, it will show extra appreciation. Another way to make your greeting sound warmer and more natural is by adding particles like a or ya. These particles do not have a direct meaning when translated, but they help to convey personality and soften the tone. For example, 你好呀 will sound cuter and feel softer, or 你好啊 will make your image more approachable. These small tweaks can help you to make your greeting sound more natural and engaging. Finally, if you want to maintain a concise, formal, and confident professional image, also show extra respect. You can replace 你好 with 您好. If you look at the character 您, you will notice that it includes the radical 心 heart at the bottom. The word 您 is a polite version of 你, used to show extra respect, symbolizing politeness and consideration when addressing someone. The usage of 您 can vary depending on regional cultural or personal preferences. Personally, I find in northern China, especially in Beijing, people tend to place a high value on using 您 when addressing those in higher positions or anyone older than you. Some individuals, especially elders, may feel slightly offended if a younger person only uses 你 to address them, as it might seem less respectful. I know my father does. Alright, so we've talked about when to use 你好, some variations to make it sound more natural, and even how to add a little bit emotion. But remember, Chinese people rarely say 你好 with close friends or family members. So how do you actually greet to people you are close to? For younger generations, especially for those who learned English at school, borrowing English word is super common. Instead of saying 你好, we just usually say hi or hello. But there is something fun. Many Chinese speakers do not pronounce hello exactly like English. Instead, they give it a little Chinese twist and say hello, hello. Sometimes you will even hear hello ah. That ah at the end is similar as 你好啊 to make it more friendly and casual. Or sometimes you can even hear hello, hello to show extra warmth. So to summarize, hi and hello are very casual, great for friends, classmates, and among young people. This is not suitable for formal situations, such as business meeting or talking to elders. So next time you're chatting with Chinese friends, drop a hi, hello instead of saying 你好. It will sound way more natural. Let's check out this video clip to see how they greet to each other.
跟你介绍一下，尚悠悠、Isabel、于春娇，香港的朋友。
春娇姐你好。你好。
Did you catch that? In the very end, she said 春娇姐你好. 春娇姐 is the other girl's name. 你好, hello. Just like English, we can greet people using their name and greeting. That brings us to the next part, greeting people with their titles. There are some general titles you can use in Chinese. For example, 先生, Mr. 女士 means Miss. But in Chinese, the order is different from English. We put the last name first and then title. So Mr. Wang, we actually saying 王先生, which means Wang Mr. Miss Wang, we actually saying 王女士, which literally translate as Wang Miss. Now, you might also hear 小姐 for young women, like Miss Wang, Wang 小姐. But personally, I would suggest you to be cautious to use 小姐. Some women don't like to be called 小姐. Because in certain contexts, 小姐 also means a lady of the night, if you know what I mean. So be careful with this one.
我告诉你啊，我已经有新男朋友了。你看你找了个什么呀？找了个小姐啊。你说谁是小姐？我说你呢。小姐，小姐，小姐。
丽丽，这不是你的女朋友？
我们分手了。他不是跟他旁边那个小姐好上的，
还嘴欠是吧？
你才是小姐呢！哈，我可没那个能耐。小姐，再说一遍，就说啊，你再说一遍，小姐，再说一遍，小姐，小姐，小姐。
The girl in the clip is a little bit dramatic, but you get idea, right? That said, using name and 姐 is totally fine. 姐 comes from 姐姐, which means older sister. So name plus 姐 is used to address a woman who is older than you, or when you want to sound more respectful, even if you are not sure about her age. For guys, you can do the same with name plus 哥, which means older brother. Notice here, in the previous situation with 先生 and 女士, it's very formal. You will typically use someone's last name. But in this case, it's a little bit more casual. So you can either use their first name or the last name plus 姐 or 哥. Both are fine. In the earlier video, the girl said 春娇姐你好 because 春娇 is her first name. 姐 make it sound respectful and friendly. If the girl's last name was Wang, you could also call her 王姐你好. What if someone is younger than you? Easy, just call them by their name directly. Then how to address to strangers? If you are on a street and need to ask for someone for directions, what do you say? The safest way and the most polite way is to start with 你好 and then go into your request. But if you want to add a little personality, you can say 美女, beautiful girl, or 帅哥, handsome guy, and then go into your request. These are super friendly and informal, kind of like saying, hey, beautiful, or excuse me, handsome in English. But because Chinese people use it a lot, they become super common in everyday Chinese and usually come off as a warm and casual, not flirty, unless you really mean it. Now, what if you want to say, hey bro in Chinese? You can say, hey 兄弟 or Hey, 哥们儿. Hey, 哥们儿 is more commonly used in northern part of China. And if you're a girl talking to your bestie or boyfriend, you might say 亲爱的. 亲爱的 means darling or dear. So go ahead and repeat after me, 亲爱的. And of course, there are many other titles that you could greet to others. If you are interested, we will create another video to address the common greeting titles separately. What if you want to greet someone based on the time of the day? For example, good morning. Well, it's a little different from English into two interesting ways. First, the word order is flipped. In English, good morning. Good comes first and morning comes second. But in Chinese, it's the other way around. We say 早上好. 早上 means morning, 好 means good. So together it actually means morning good. Same thing with afternoon and evening. 下午好. 下午 is afternoon, 好 good. Afternoon good. 下午好. 晚上好. 晚上 evening 好 good. 晚上好 evening good. Second, the frequency is different. In English, we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening all the time. But in Chinese, we don't really use all of them equally. 早上好 or just 早, we say that a lot. It's totally normal and common. But 中午好, good noon, not really used. It sounds a little bit awkward in daily conversations. I guess this one is similar to English. But 下午好 and 晚上好, these are okay, more formal, sometimes used in TV shows or polite context, but in real life, we don't really use them that much. So if you want to sound natural, just focus on 早上好 or 早, which means morning for now. And if you're wondering how do they greet to each other during lunchtime, this is where the cultural difference really show up. In Chinese, people often greet to you based on what you are doing, even if it's super obvious. So during lunchtime, we will typically greet to each other as 你吃了吗? Did you eat? Or 你吃过了吗? Have you eaten? We can just ignore 你 because it's so obvious I'm talking to you. I will say 吃了吗? Do you eat? They are not being sarcastic and they are definitely not being weird. In some cultures, pointing out the obvious might feel awkward, but in Chinese, it's totally normal, even warm and friendly. So let's take a look at some of the most common action-based greetings in Chinese. For example, as we mentioned earlier, this is the most common one. 你吃了吗? Did you eat? How do you respond to that? Easy. You can just say 吃过了, I've eaten. Or you can simply say 吃了, ate. Or 还没呢, not yet. This is super common in neighborhood wife or among colleagues during lunchtime. Another one is 干啥去啊? Where are you up to? Or 你去哪儿啊? Where are you going to? You can simply say 有点事儿，你呢? Just got something to do. You see here, I didn't really answer the question. I say, okay, got something. And you? Don't overthink it, just keep it casual. This is a standard greeting. Other ones are 上班去, off to work, 买菜, grocery shopping, 下班了, just got off work, or 回去了, heading home, 散步呢, take a walk, 遛狗呢, walking the dog, 忙呢, busy, 来了, you're here. Yep, this is a greeting too. Again, people aren't interrogating you, they are just being friendly. Alright. Those are action-based greetings you will hear all the time. But what if you haven't seen someone in a long time? Like you run into an old classmate, or you randomly see your friend at the gym after months or years. In English, we go, hey, long time no see. Chinese has a phrase that exactly like that. 好久不见. Long time no see. Literally, long time means 好久, no see means 不见. So after 好久不见, you can follow up with 最近怎么样? How have you been lately? How do you respond to that? Typically, you can say 还行, not bad, 还不错, pretty good, or 还好, I'm okay. Or you can say 有点忙, a little busy, or 有点累, kind of tired. Or if you're a really close old friend, you can say 别提了, don't even ask. This one is playful, usually followed by a little rant. Now let's say you haven't seen your friend for a long time and you want to just give them a nice compliment. In Chinese, this is super common. Here is one you might hear a lot, especially among girls. 好久不见, 你好像变瘦了. Haven't seen you for a while. You look slimmer. Now, if you're thinking, wait, did they just say I got thinner? Is that a good thing? Well, let me explain. In the current Chinese culture, being slimmer is often considered as a compliment. It suggests you are taking care of yourself, looking healthy, and maybe even elegant. Kind of like saying, you look great, or you've been glowing lately. And there's more. 好久不见，你越来越年轻了。Haven't seen you for a while, you look even younger. Or 好几年没见，你怎么没变呀？Haven't seen you in years. You haven't changed at all. This compliment are a great way to break the ice, especially if it's been a while. So don't be surprised if people in China comment you on your appearance right away. It's just how they show they care. And honestly, who doesn't love a casual compliment now and then, right?
抱抱抱抱！哎呦，阿姨，这么久都没见了哈。
半年没见，阿姨您又变年轻了。
就你嘴巴甜啊，会说话。
What if this is someone you meet for the very first time? Remember we talked about earlier, you can still say 你好 or hi if it's casual, but what if you want to say something more, like nice to meet you? In Chinese, you can say 认识你很高兴. 认识你 is know you, very happy. 认识 is know, 你 you 很 very happy. 认识你很高兴. In Chinese, the grammar is quite loose. You can interchange the order as 很高兴认识你, very happy to know you. This is your go-to default everyday way to say nice to meet you in Chinese. It works whether you are meeting a new classmate, a coworker, a neighbor, or even someone for the first date. It's warm, friendly, and polite, but not too formal. You can also say 见到你很高兴. Seeing you makes me happy. Same idea, you can say 很高兴见到你. Let's level it up. What if it's a slightly more formal situation? For example, in a business conference meeting, if you know someone for the first time, you can say 幸会,幸会. 幸 is fortunate, 会 is meet. So basically, 幸会 together means fortunate to meet you. It's more like English saying it's such an honor to meet you. This is great for slightly more formal situations. Maybe you are meeting someone at a business event, a conference, or being introduced to your friends, parents, etc.
这位是我的同事吴爱可，也是我女朋友。
哦，你好，
你好，
幸会，幸会，
幸会，幸会。
来坐坐。
What if you meet someone you really look up to? You have heard his name for a long time. In this case, we'll use 久仰. 久 means long, 仰 is look up or admire. So literally together is looking up you for a long time. And then you can repeat twice to show your actual respect by saying 久仰,久仰. Typically, we do this with shaking hands. 久仰,久仰. I've heard so much about you. It's an honor for me to meet you.
正式认识一下。
你好啊，齐神。
你好，缔造者。
幸会，幸会。
久仰，久仰。
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. In Chinese culture, there is a beautiful traditional gesture that you might see in formal or festival situations. This is called the palm and fist salute, or we call it 抱拳礼 in Chinese. The palm and fist salute is a traditional Chinese greeting gesture that dates back thousands of years. To do it, make a fist with your right hand, cover it with your left palm, hold in front of your chest, and give a slightly bow. You may wonder when to use it. You won't use it in daily greetings, like saying hi or hello to your roommate. That will be super formal, but in the following settings, it shines. First of all, during festive locations, such as Lunar New Year or weddings, or in traditional martial arts culture with a respect greeting, in traditional ceremonies or historical reenactments, or to show respect and goodwill in formal public events. Sometimes even on stage as a gesture of gratitude or honor, such like this one. The idea behind that is the fist symbolizes strength and the palm symbolizes peace. So when combined, it means I come in peace with strength restrained by courtesy.
怎么在电视里呀？
看到我吗？6点半了。好。现在有300个。
他说这是卫星通讯，这会不会是 NASA 弄的？
新年快乐 ，Happy New Year！
If you are interested in more Chinese culture, click this video here. See you next time.